Hi, my name is Sean, and this is my favorite Mai Tai.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of My Favorite Mai Tai. I'm at my buddy Sean's home. Thanks for having me over.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
We're over in Gig Harbor, which is kind of about a good solid hour drive from me. But it's kind of like we're in the woods, and it feels very relaxing. I love coming out here. And today is going to be a first of sorts. We're going to make a Mai Tai today, but we're going to make a zero alcohol.
Non-alcohol.
Non-alcoholic
Non-alcohol Mai Tai. It will not be a zero alcohol. There is a negligible amount.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well,
Not to get picky, but you have a good point. So explain.
So, non-alcoholic's a legal term. Generally, it means less than 5% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
So, there are non-alcoholic liquids out there. Oftentimes, kombucha will be non-alcoholic, but there will be a not zero amount of alcohol.
Okay.
For example, this, which I'm using, the Ojos or Dejos orange syrup, has 5% alcohol by volume. It's non-alcoholic. It's not zero alcohol.
So, I mean, just not that it matters, but how much of this would you have to drink before you'd feel anything? What are we talking?
Well, the traditional alcohols that we drink are probably 20% to 40% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
This is 0.5%. So 2 ounces of 20% alcohol would be the equivalent of 100 ounces of this, if I'm doing the math in my head correctly. Something along those lines. A lot of
So
this
you're going to get
drunk.
diabetes before you get drunk. But actually, I take that back because this is actually zero sugar.
Yes.
It's zero sugar, and but this is zero proof.
Correct. There is no alcohol in Ritual Zero Proof.
Yeah. And what's the story with this?
I've been looking for non-alcoholic versions of different alcohols because I have members of my family who don't drink alcohol for various reasons. Health reasons, alcoholism reasons. They are going through a kick where they don't want to have the negative impacts of alcohol, but they still want to participate in the drinks that we make because my family loves making drinks. And I've fallen into the Tiki world a bit, but definitely I don't want people to ever feel excluded when I'm making drinks. So I wanted to have a rum alternative or a vodka alternative or a whiskey alternative that I could use to make classic cocktails, but without the alcohol. So something tasty, but not going to hurt someone who is choosing not to drink alcohol.
And speaking of that, everyone out there, just kind of let you know, I'm in that camp now. I'm gonna have to quit drinking for a while, maybe indefinitely. I started having some health problems and I don't want to. I mean, I'm okay. Everything's fine, but it's a situation where like I had to make some hard decisions, and I'm going to do the right thing, which is to cut out alcohol out of my life at least for a while, but maybe indefinitely. I don't know. But that being said, I mean, I love Tiki. I love Tiki so much, and the beautiful thing about Tiki is there's so many different things you can get into. You know, you have the mugs, the art, the environments, the people, and one of those is cocktails. And goddamn, I love my cocktails.
Well, that's what I like about Tiki is cocktails are only the small part of it. Is the aesthetic has always been the bigger piece, right?
Yeah,
that
and
1950s atomic era type of stuff. Is really cool and really fun to play with. The drinks give you the social aspect.
Yeah, and even the mixology. You know, it's fun to like discover a new cocktail, a new recipe, and try it out and see how it goes. And hey, then you start tinkering with it. Like the same thing with like this show that we're doing here. 44 Mai Tai so far. That's the only recipe we've been doing so far.
Right.
And they've been varying the doses. I mean, how much rum There is what kind of rum, how much lime, it all makes a difference. And this is going to be the first one with for all practical purposes, no booze in it. And I'm curious to see how this goes. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of you out there like to drink, and I don't blame you. But I think there's a lot of people out there that don't drink alcohol, just like you said, but maybe they don't. I mean, but they don't. They don't just tell it. You know, it's kind of like on the down low. Maybe they feel like a little embarrassed. Like, but you know, I want to, be like, hey, you could do this, and you can be into tiki and not drink.
That said, there's always a reason to choose a non-alcoholic version of a beverage, provided you can get a good non-alcoholic version of a beverage. Maybe just that day you want to go out and you're going to go visit friends, and you don't want to be behind the wheel after having had 2 or 3 4-ounce tiki drinks, 4 ounces of alcohol tiki drinks, or with just the Mai Tai, the 2 ounces of alcohol.
Yeah.
But you still want to go and have a good time, and these can really make a difference.
We're going to do the 44 recipe.
Yep.
And so we're going to have how much lime?
It's 1 ounce of lime juice.
1 ounce of lime juice. Okay.
2 ounces of the Ritual Zero Proof rum.
2 ounces of this. Okay.
Half an ounce of the Dehas orange. I'm going to call it Curacao. Mm-hmm. It's basically, that's what it is. It's an orange liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
And half an ounce of Lieber and Company Orgeat. It's going to be a little more almondy than you've had before.
Okay. And what we're going to do is Sean's going to make us a round of Mai Tais. And we're going to give it a shot. But you found this bitters that's actually Jamaican number 2.
Yep, and this is
so maybe this might give it the funk that we're looking for.
Yeah, a little bit more of that flavor kick because the Mai Tai, the alcohol kick is a little bit of it, but what really makes a really great 1944 Mai Tai in my mind is that flavor kick that the Jamaican rum provides when you do it, and it can be really hard to mimic. It's a specific feature of Jamaican rums. That said, anytime you're using bitters, unless you're specifically getting one that's 0 proof, most bitters are very, very high proof alcohol products, 44% alcohol in this case. The difference is you're only using 1 or 2 dashes in a drink that is 4 ounces of non-alcohol.
Yeah.
So you're still staying below the threshold of a non-alcoholic drink. It is not a 0 alcohol drink as soon as you add bitters. So if that is going to be a factor for someone, bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Non-alcohol, not 0 alcohol.
There you go. All right. Well,
all right.
Sean, let's try out this Mai Tai.
Let's do it.
I'm excited to see how this goes.
All right. Hi, I'm Sean, and this is my non-alcoholic 1944 Mai Tai. I am going to start out with 1 ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of orgeat, half an ounce of the Dehas orange syrup, and 2 ounces of the Ritual rum. I already put crushed ice into my tin. Garnished with a wedge lime and a skull pin and a glass straw. This is the non-alcoholic or version of the 1944 Mai Tai.
Let's try this Mai Tai.
So you get the flavors of the spices that are in the 0 proof rum. Definitely some vanilla, and definitely the lime comes out a lot more, I think, in this drink than a regular Mai Tai.
Mm-hmm. It tastes great.
It is a delicious drink.
It's really good. But that being said, though, there's no rum in it. And I'm tasting the spice that this has, that this gives. You could it's definitely a Mai Tai. but I could definitely tell that there isn't any rum in it.
Yes.
But I don't. But it's one of those things, though. But it's like that might not necessarily be a bad thing. And one other thing I noticed too is it is a little sweeter.
It is.
But then it makes me think, though, Sean, that like, well, you made the 44, and the only thing that would have been different is you would actually use curacao and you would actually use real rum. And it's like, I think what's funny is, I guess a Mai Tai can be sugary anyway.
A lot of times there's a lot of sugar in a regular a traditional Mai Tai. You have oftentimes a half an ounce of orgeat, which is an almond flavored sugar syrup. You have a half an ounce of simple syrup, which is sugar syrup. You have curacao, which is orange sweet liqueur. The breaking factor in that is a traditional Mai Tai is going to use a hard alcohol rum, not a spiced rum, traditionally. And I think that is going to be a factor. Is Ritual is making a zero proof rum that is effectively a spiced rum. So there's going to be a little more sweetness to it. And they have to, because you're not going to get the flavors of a distilled rum in a non-alcoholic or a zero alcoholic beverage.
I think so. Everyone out there, if you're gonna make this Mai Tai, and I recommend that you do, but what I would do is adjust your expectations. You know, it's a Mai Tai. It's definitely a Mai Tai.
Yeah.
But there definitely isn't any rum in it. But that being said, though, it's still a great drink, though. This is still enjoyable. I mean, if I was at a Tiki party and I was drinking this, I wouldn't feel left out at all. But you did get this. You did get these bitters here.
Yeah. And I'm curious about this. These are, I found them, they are Jamaican style bitters.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
Let's try it.
that they're going to add a little bit more of that Jamaican funk to the drink.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
You do want to be careful with bitters. Again, 44% alcohol, so you don't want to put too much in a drink. And we're going to add it directly to the glass this time. I would normally pour it into the mix.
Yeah, let me see that.
Hold on.
As you see, that's how much bitters you use.
I should give you a swizzle.
It's fine.
I'm tasting something different.
I think I liked it better without. It added a taste that I can't put my finger on it.
No, I think you're right. I think you don't need the bitters in this drink to make a good drink. It's going to add something new to it, but it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like nothing like a Mai Tai now.
Right.
In my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's a little more spicy. And by that I mean a lot more of spices in it, and yeah, it's kind of pulling it away from what you would think of as a Mai Tai, which is disappointing. I really wanted that to be the fix,
but I don't think so. I don't think it needed to be fixed though. This is something that I'm learning as I'm going. I mean, we've had a couple of these before on camera. I've tried these by themselves and stuff like that. And I think the main thing that I'm learning is that you have to, there's not going to be any booze in it.
And that's always going to be.
But you have to take the drink by itself and be like, well, is this a good tasting drink? Yes, absolutely. For example, like I bought a bottle of this, and it's supposed to be like an orange liqueur.
Right.
And what I love doing is I take about 1.5 ounces of it, ice, club soda, mix it up. Tastes like a creamsicle. It's really good. It's really good, and like zero sugar. So it's like I'm finding new ways to do this, and maybe down the road. I think you brought this up off camera that it's like I think this probably works the best when you have a cocktail that has more ingredients in it.
Right. Anytime that you have more flavors that are non-alcoholic, your non-alcoholic drink version of that cocktail is going to, I think, match a lot closer. If you're expecting, like in a Mai Tai, that's 2 ounces of rum and 2 ounces of other drinks, of which half an ounce is triple sec or Cointreau.
Yeah.
Or curacao, dry curacao, then you can't you're never gonna capture the alcohol portion of that drink. It just can't be done.
But you know what though? I don't know if you're trying to move away from drinking alcohol.
This is a good way to go.
Maybe that's not a bad thing though. Maybe that's something that's a taste that you don't want to have,
Right.
Or to be reminded. I mean, luckily for me, it's like I'm having to stop because of like health issues. But I can only imagine if I was like addicted to it, and I wanted it and needed it, and loved that taste, and be like, that'd be tough. And I think the last thing that you'd probably want to drink is like, oh, this tastes exactly like rum.
Oh yeah, this has all of that alcohol thing that is going to be a trigger for me. Absolutely, you're right. And this is a tasty drink.
Yes.
It is a very, very tasty drink that is definitely a Mai Tai with the original ingredients, avoiding the bitters, I think.
Sean, thank you for making this.
Yeah.
And that being said, so as I said earlier, I'm kind of done drinking for a while. But that doesn't mean my favorite Mai Tai is over. That doesn't mean Welcome to Rum and any of my other series are over. They're still going to happen. If Jason wants to do a Welcome to Rum, we're going to do a Welcome to Rum. I'll be more of a mediator.
That makes sense.
And then I'll be everyone's dedicated driver. So hey, Tiki with Ray, dedicated driver. We're gonna not get drunk tonight.
We are going to completely get normal faced.
Want to support the Tiki with Ray show and look cool doing it at the same time? Then head over to tikiwithray.com and buy yourself a Tiki with Ray shirt. They're only $20. Tony Canepa did the design and they're screen printed in America.